Welcome to Osh the Spectrum Podcast, your go-to destination for all things hip-hop. Join us as we dive into the colorful world of hip-hop music and culture, exploring the diverse interviews, music reviews, and in-depth discussions that showcase the full spectrum of hip-hop. Tune in and turn up the volume, because this is where the beat drops and the culture never stop.
Welcome back to the Spectrum Podcast. Rolling Loud unveils 2024 European lineup and it's absolutely stacked. Rolling Loud has become a festival institution despite being around for less than a decade. The event has put together consistently exciting lineups since it launched in 2015 and this year is only upping the ante. Rolling Loud is expanding to Europe with the first ever European event set to take place in Ibritzdorf, Austria. The production value and pedigree are to be expected, but the element that has most fans eager to buy tickets is the star-studded lineup. The fest is definitely opening with a bang. The festival, which runs July 5th to 7th, 2024, will be headlined by hip-hop superstars Travis Scott, Nicki Minaj, and Playboi Carti. It doesn't get bigger than these three, each of whom have had experience on a Rolling Loud stage previously. Scott, Minaj, and Carti all performed at the California Fest in 2023. Scott made his return to US festivals on this Hollywood Park stage following the tragic Astroworld incident, but only performed for a half hour due to technical difficulties. Playboi Carti, meanwhile, is a festival veteran. The Magnolia rapper has brought down the house repeatedly at Rolling Loud events in Miami, New York, and Portugal. Matt Zingler and Tarek Sharif, the co-founders of Rolling Loud, issued a statement following the European announcement. "We couldn't be more excited to return to Europe," they wrote. "We've been blown away by the passion of the fans at our European shows, and we know our first show in Austria is going to keep the energy going." The rest of the Rolling Loud Europe lineup is a veritable who's who of hip-hop talent. Ghana, Ice Spice, and Don Toliver are slated to perform, as well Ski Mask the Slump God and Offset. Other big names include Lil TJ, Unknown, Flo Milli, Babytron, and Playboi Carti signee Destroy Lonely. Sexy Red has become a massive pop star in the last year, to which will make her appearance one of the most attended. Red performed at the aforementioned Rolling Loud California, but she caught heat for her live singing online. The ski rapper will get another chance to prove herself as an elite performer before the Vienna audience. Tickets for Rolling Loud Europe will go up for sale April 12th at noon CT.
Some of y'all might know this, and some of y'all don't.
Let's do it.
K.L.P has all the topics, stories, and gossip. It is now time for our top story from K.L.P.
Yeah, so the top story for us here from the Spectrum Podcast with K.L.P. We got some things that I wanted to talk about here. Of course, when it comes down to, not only this morning's special episode of the Spectrum Podcast, but I wanted to talk about this because this is something that has been in the rolling comments for a lot of few days to a lot of few weeks to a lot of few months. I'm always going to say this, guys, especially on my show, K.L.P in the Morning, but also on this show of the Spectrum Podcast. What you do in the dark always comes to light. I got to say it because when it comes down to it, I'm a firm believer that it is very important to watch what you do in the dark because it does come into the light. Yesterday, I kid y'all not. Yesterday, I went to the barbershop. Shout out to my main man Byron. But I went to the barbershop and we you know how when you go to the barbershop, right, and you have a whole bunch of conversations, whole bunch of, just not smack talk, but a lot of good conversations when you're getting your haircut. So me and Byron talked about it. We talked about P. Diddy and the things that he's been alleged of doing, whether it's, all the charges that is brought to him. Of course, we all know about the raids. When it comes down to it, the raids that are pending or the charges that are pending, because he hasn't been convicted of anything, right? But his house been raided by the feds and Homeland Security. Jason Derulo and I think her name's Amaza from Sorority. I remember the Sorority group. I wish they would come back as a duo because their songs are fire. But, she posted a lot of things on her Instagram when it comes down to the allegations. And she posted a little clip from the Joe Budden podcast as well. So she's making it known. right? She uses the hashtag don't forget about me, right? So it is just one of those things that a lot of these superstars got to watch out for, because it's hitting right now. In the latest news, as of today, Trey Songz settles a $25 million lawsuit over alleged 2016 sexual assault. Guys, let me tell y'all, this is, I don't want to say that this is wild, because if this thing, because again, this is alleged, right? So I can't say that he did it. It's alleged, right? But the anonymous alleged victim accused Trey Songz of attacking her at the house party back in 2016, y'all. 2016, what, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. And now that this is being brought, and I'm not laughing because this is not funny, but it's wild that what I just keep saying, what is done in the dark always comes to light. Every time. Every freaking time. So I do urge these celebrities and these stars to watch what you're doing, first of all, because this coming out. People are coming out. You can even say that it might be part of the what is it called? The Me Too movement, right? So it's one of those things that it is happening to a lot of celebrities, and a lot of celebrities are forced to settle. And let me tell you why they're forced to settle. They're forced to settle simply because it is one of those things where, you know, image is everything, right? We all know about everybody who's getting alleged for sexual assault. They're ended up going to potentially going to jail, going to prison for this assault, and they don't want their reputation crushed, right? We look at, for an example in this too, you look at Jonathan Majors. Right, Jonathan Majors, if you're somehow listening to the Spectrum podcast, count your blessings, brother, because you just avoided prison time. Right, God was on his side with that one, because we all know about the Jonathan Majors incident. Now, I do think Jonathan Majors is going to rebuild and reform. Right, it might be too late to try to ask Marvel for your job back, because you know Marvel probably moved on, or most likely have moved on from Jonathan Majors being King the Conqueror. Right. That would have been dope too. Like, that would have been really, really dope. But I gotta say, Jonathan Majors made it out, right? He count your blessings, brother. You avoided prison, right? Because he was so close. And I don't wish going to prison on anybody. I really don't. So I'm glad that it worked out for him, where he only have to do, he's on probation, and he had to do some counseling classes for a year. That's, if I was Jonathan Majors, I would thank the heavens, right? Because I haven't been to prison. Of course, I don't plan on going to prison, right? So you count your blessings. Now, back to Trey Songz, though, because this is the latest in Trey Songz news. And I like Trey Songz, right? In February of last year, Trey Songz was hit from a lawsuit from an anonymous woman accusing him of sexual assault. The woman, going by Jane Joe. I don't know. I don't know if that's probably not the real name, but Jane Joe, but it's really called Jane Doe. Claimed that she attended the house party with the performer back in 2016 after meeting him at a nightclub in Los Angeles. The evening took a turn for the worse when Trey Songz invited her upstairs. Again, by all the way, this is alleged, where the alleged sexual assault took place. Atlantic Records, Trey Songz manager Kevin Lyles, and 300 Entertainment were also named as defendants in her suit. Now, reportedly, they've now settled, though the amount has not been disclosed quite of yet. Initially, the alleged victim was seeking $25 million for mental and emotional distress for the incident. They were scheduled to appear in court for a hearing in September, which has been vacant due to the settlement. Guys, look. I'm not laughing because this shit is not funny. Being sexually assaulted is not funny. I just wanted to be clear on this show. I wanted to say on record, this is not funny when somebody gets sexual assault. But man, they coming for y'all. People coming for y'all celebrities, man. 25 million? It's like, I don't know. Look, y'all got to be careful. Y'all have to be extremely careful out here in these streets, because 25 million is a lot of money. And I'm sure maybe Trey Songz can swing that. We've heard like little singles from him as of late. Would I love to hear a new Trey Songz album? Sure. But that's a lot of money. That's the point I'm getting at. That is a lot of money to just be coughing up because of this alleged sexual assault. Now I keep saying it because again, it is alleged. It's not been proven yet. It's alleged case here, but it is one of those things that look. I hope that everybody. Man, I gotta say, y'all gotta be careful. Y'all celebrities gotta be careful out here because let me tell you, some women and men, because men can be sexually assaulted too, right? Some men and women, mostly women, but they coming for y'all. Whatever you've done back in 8 years ago, 40 years ago, they coming for y'all. You best believe they coming to get their hit lick in. You best believe it. So we'll keep an eye out for this trial and this alleged sexual assault. But guys, please be careful. They out to get y'all for sure.
Some of y'all might know this, and some of y'all don't.
Let's do it.
K.L.P. has all the topics, stories, and gossip. It is now time for our top story from K.L.P.
Welcome to Osh the Spectrum Podcast, your go-to destination for all things hip-hop.
Busta Rhymes has made no secret of his admiration of Eminem, and is even willing to call out a collaborator on wax to defend the Detroit rap legend. In an interview with former NBA players Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson on their All the Smoke podcast, Busta revealed that he was forced to check a fellow artist on a track they recorded together after they made disparaging comments about the self-proclaimed rap god. Busta didn't reveal the identity of said artist, but he did say the record has yet to come out. I got a song coming out with an artist that I had to address about his testimonial and opinion on Eminem too. I had to check him on his own song in rhyme form. What makes these moments special is when you can be honest on these records. We ain't got a front, so don't out yourself in a situation and then ask me to rhyme with you, cause I'm going to check you, and you can't argue with me, cause I'm the fucking elder statesman and a timeless great. The Flip Mode Squad frontman also checked Dr. Umar Johnson over his controversial claim that Eminem can't be considered one of the greatest rappers of all time because he's white. "I'ma keep it a buck, I don't think nobody can fuck with Eminem," Busta declared. "I'm sorry, Dr. Umar, stop it." And there's a lot of shit that Dr. Umar says that I agree with, but this is one particular topic that he's way off the kilt with. Busta Rhymes and Eminem famously teamed up in 2014 on the song Calm Down, which saw the lyrical veterans assert their status as two of the greatest rappers of all time. Explaining how the heavyweight collaboration came about, Busta told Complex, "After marinating on the record for some time, I felt like this would be an incredible record for Eminem to get on. We left the song with M's manager, Paul Rosenberg, but we didn't actually get any feedback about whether he was going to jump on it. About 6 weeks passed by, my partner Shaheem Reed reached out to Riggs Morales, who was an A&R at Shady Records at the time. He came by the studio to hear the song, and 2 weeks later, we finally got a confirmation from Paul that M had got the beat and that he's fucking with it. A few months passed by, and I got a call from Paul. He wanted to meet me in the studio. He came and played M's verse, and I was blown away. What was interesting to me though was that M did a 42-bar verse. Because we're known for pretty much fucking everybody up when we get on records with other artists, it became a competitive process. I went back and I wrote 50 bars. We then scheduled a mix session for the song, and when I got to Detroit, he listened to my verse, heard that it was 50 bars, he went back and turned his 42 bars into a 60-bar verse. At that point I went back and turned my 50-bar verse into a 62-bar verse. And then M made his verse a 64-bar verse. It started off from just doing a dope, high-energy hip-hop record into us respectfully competing and damn near battling each other.
Diverse interviews, music reviews, and in-depth discussions.
Megan Thee Stallion announces her own tequila brand. It goes without saying that Megan Thee Stallion has a lot on her plate these days. The Houston MC is currently gearing up for her upcoming Hot Girl Summer Tour with Glorilla for One, which kicks off next month. On top of the 32-date run, Meg also has a new album in the works, which she shared some exciting details about during a panel at Adweek for Social Media Week 2024. New music isn't the only thing Meg and the Hotties have to look forward to these days, however. Elsewhere during her appearance, the hitmaker announced that she plans to broaden her horizons by launching her own tequila brand. "I create the things that I want to see, I don't create things for other people to like them," she explained. "I create the music I want to hear, I go and do my own thing and stay true to me. Meg didn't share many additional details of the tequila brand, but it's safe to say that fans can't wait. Various commenters are praising the rapper for the power move and using hate to her advantage. That's smart AF, one Instagram user writes in the Neighborhood Talks comments section. IDC what anyone says, if being a drunk is attached to her name, why not make money off it? Another says, I love tequila, so I'm here for it. What do you think of Megan Thee Stallion announcing that she's launching her own tequila brand? Are you looking forward to trying it? What about fans praising her for using the hate she receives online to her advantage?
Some of y'all might know this, and some of y'all don't.
Let's do it.
It is now time for the elephant in the room. K.L.P. Who's the biggest elephant today?
Yeah, so the biggest elephant in the room here for the Spectrum podcast. I gotta look. I want to say that this is the elephant in the room, simply because I don't agree with making your ex-girlfriend or ex-boyfriend, your ex, jealous. Now, this report's coming from, of course, the wonderful The Breakfast Club, and they talked about this thing here. So I'm gonna let this play for a minute.
She's joining us. We're talking about DDG and Halle Bailey. All right, now DDG said that to get Halle Bailey jealous, he DM'd his ex.
You're tuned into the swanky one, new K.L.P.
What's so funny, man?
That's just really some young boy stuff, man. You sitting around with the woman of your dreams, the woman you love, the woman you having a family with, y'all having a little spat. You want her to think that you still got it and you can walk out this house and just go into the arms of another woman, knowing don't nobody want your ass no more. Okay, so you just had to send that out real quick to try to make her jealous. And she like, nigga, you what? And you ain't going nowhere. I don't care.
Not going nowhere. I'm the Little Mermaid. What?
I'm Little Mermaid. Jess, have you done this before?
No, I ain't gonna hold you. No, I haven't done it. And now, I haven't done it to make somebody mad. I did it because I was mad, but I didn't want that person to find out.
Oh.
Like, all right, I did like double back on somebody that I was talking to when like a current boyfriend have made me mad or something like that. But I didn't do that to get his attention. I did that just because he had made me mad, and I just didn't want to deal with him at the time. Like, all right, whatever. Let me hit this other dude back. Absolutely.
Okay, all right.
I did.
I get what you said. Okay.
First of all, Envy, all right, like, you.
What? I'm just asking.
It's swanky time with that new K.L.P.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I
You're
ain't do that
tuned
to
into
stress
the
the guy
swanky
out.
one, new K.L.P.
I knew you were, yeah.
So
Team's not gonna
look,
stress him
so here's the thing, and that's the reason why I'm giving DDG the elephant of the room. Let me explain, because I know a lot of y'all are DDG fans. Right, I remember when DDG was popping on YouTube, and I was watching his videos too until I kind of got bored a little. But let me tell y'all something. When it comes down to DDG, now he has a newborn baby with Miss Halle Bailey. Let me tell y'all, Halle Bailey, she is a rising star. You got to be honest, because you got the Little Mermaid. She's in the latest movie, The Color Purple. They did really well, right? She is a celebrity, right? I think she got more projects coming. I think the Bailey sisters, both of them, Chloe and Halle, they're probably going to have more music coming very soon. I feel it in my soul. So if I was DDG, what Charlemagne the guy just said, this is some young boy shit, and it is. Honestly, when I have exes, I ain't talking to them no more. That's done. You did it. That's over, right? Been there, done that. Wrote the book about that. Now, I'm not gonna discredit Miss Ruby Rose, because Miss Ruby Rose, hey, she made millions on OnlyFans. She got music, and she's a celebrity too. So I'm not gonna fault her for that as well. But us young dudes and young women, really, but I'm speaking to my dudes out there, because it's, DDG, I don't think I would message an old ex-girlfriend to make my current girlfriend / potential wife, I don't know, jealous. I think you're the biggest clown for that, because you might have somebody who is fit for you. Damn near they got a kid together now, so damn near have a family together, and you're gonna sit there and say, hey, I'm gonna make you mad, make you jealous, let me just text my old ex, right? Because now you're starting something. Now you're starting something to boil in the pot. Now you have it to where maybe Halle's gonna say, why you texting her? There's something going on. And now that's a whole nother heap of trouble that you don't want. That's a whole can of worms. You are opening Pandora's box when it comes down to that. It is the weirdest thing that this generation can do is let's find ways to fuck up our relationships. Right? Because you got Miss Halle Bailey, again, baby together. Right? Baby together. She's a singer, amazing singer, Grammy worthy singer, along with her sister, right? She's been in some stuff. She's hot in Hollywood. You gonna mess that up because of what? Trying to make her jealous with an ex again? Granted, Ruby Rose she made her money, she made her right in her own will, but it is the dumb shit that this generation can do. It's the dumb shit us men can do. It's just to make our women that we value the most and we care about the most, let's make them jealous by opening a can of worms and making it worse for our situation. Right? Now to where you might be sleeping on the couch tonight, buddy, because of that. It is the dumbest thing I've ever seen, the dumbest thing I ever heard. People are out here really making, and I'm gonna get on this train for a minute, because and I always say this to my friends, guys, that this generation in dating sucks. This generation of dating sucks because you got some couples, I would say, I'm going to rephrase that. You got some couples, because some couples are doing it right. Right? You got some couples out there that don't know what they want. You got some couples that are just fucking around. Right? You got some couples that play games with each other. Right? And then you got some couples that might be seeing other couples, might be seeing somebody else. You got some couples who are not serious in a relationship. They just want to, hey, hit it and quit it. You got some couples like, hey, what can you do for me financially with this business transaction? And I've seen couples like that, and I hate couples like that, when it's just a transaction, it's a business deal versus an actual relationship. You all know what I'm talking about. I get upset about that. I see that all over TikTok. People talk about it on TikTok. People talk about it on Facebook Watch as well. I be watching that too. There be some funny stuff on there. But y'all know what I'm talking about. It's sad. We're in this sad generation that it does happen, y'all. It does happen out there in the world. I just don't understand it. I wish our generation gets a little bit better when it comes down to it. That's why I got to give DDG the elephant in the room, because you are the biggest elephant in this room, because you're realizing that you're not valuing someone that gave you a kid, number one, right? And she's famous. Not to say Ruby Rose is not famous, because she's famous too, but like, you got to look at the stature here. Halle Bailey's getting that Disney money. You know, that's Disney money. Those are endless pockets, right? After The Little Mermaid and The Color Purple 2, royalty checks, residuals. Right? You got to think about these things when you go and do some dumb shit like that. I think it's so stupid. Now, I only say this softly because obviously I'm not in a relationship currently, so I can't really speak. I don't know, but I guess I can speak to this. I don't think I would have done it like this. I think I would have just kept my head down and just to continue on my love relationship with my baby mama in a way, right? If that was me. But, you know, DDG, some clown shit, honestly. And that's why I got to give you the biggest elephant of the room.
Some of y'all might know this, and some of y'all don't.
Let's do it. It is now time for the elephant in the room. K.L.P. Who's the biggest elephant today?
Hip hop music and culture.
Baby Tate shouts out numerous female rap legends in new freestyle. On the radar, freestyles have increasingly become the place for rappers to show off their raw talent. Most notably, Drake and Central C teamed up for a collaborative freestyle that made waves last year. But tons of rappers from major names down to the newest up-and-comers have taken the chance to show off their lyrics and flow on the platform. The most recent is Baby Tate, who has already been impressing fans for years with her versatility. In her new freestyle, she chose to pay tribute to many of the female rappers and singers who have influenced her. She weaves together a pretty tight series of birds shouting out one great woman in music after another. Nicki Minaj, Rihanna, Missy Elliott, Lil Kim, and more all come up through the course of her freestyle. In the comments, fans loved the approach she took. I'm loving it. The homage she's paying to the greats #respect, one comment agrees. Others focus on Tate's own abilities with comments like "she's so fire, talented with the music, it's singing, it's dancing, etc." Let's focus on the talent going forward. Check out the freestyle below. Baby Tate plays a small but pretty important role in a song that went massively viral across the past 6 months. She teamed up with JID and 21 Savage for the track Surround Sound, which landed on JID's 2022 album The Forever Story. While the song was a fan favorite right out of the gate, it didn't really catch fire until it became the soundtrack to a TikTok challenge last year. That led the song to eventually go platinum, and it currently sits at nearly 500 million streams on Spotify. What do you think of Baby Tate shouting out pioneering women in rap and music at large in her On the Radar freestyle? What's your favorite On the Radar freestyle so far? Let us know in the comments section below.
Welcome to Ours the Spectrum Podcast, your go-to destination for all things hip-hop. Join us as we dive into the colorful world of hip-hop music and culture, exploring the diverse interviews, music reviews, and in-depth discussions that showcase the full spectrum of hip-hop. Tune in and turn up the volume, because this is where the beat drops and the culture never stops.